Okay, hi, good evening. Sorry, there was some technical difficulty. I hope things are solved now.
Ah,
Perfect. Yeah,
now I guess everything is okay.
yeah, perfect. So, hi, good evening, Shireen. First of all, thank you so much for this opportunity for bringing me first time on Facebook Live.
I
So,
should actually thank you for accepting the invitation for coming live on Roads and Travel. So, welcome one and all. This is Roads and Travel by In That Matters. I'm your host, Shri Nishan. And Roads and Travel is aims to be an inspirational show where we share the inspirational journeys by people from different walks of life and also show you the face of success. So let's welcome the guest for the evening, Mr. Deepak Thakur Jain, the CEO and founder of Cyrafils Media and Research Private Limited. Welcome, sir.
thank you so much, Shireen. Thanks again. Thanks a lot for this opportunity.
So, how do you feel being here? This is our premiere show, and this is the first episode of Roads and Travel. So, how does it feel?
No, to talk about this, this is the first time I'm coming on live. So, this itself,
Yeah.
it's kind
So,
of it's an honor. It's an honor, and being my first live, being in this particular show, and especially your concept of like bringing out stories. That's what again in Sarapil's Media we do. So it's really a great honor to be in a particular show, and that too for the first time on Facebook. Thank you so much.
it's actually a premiere for us too. So, the feeling is mutual. So, let's So the feeling that you carry is the same feeling that we at In That Matters carry too. So anyways, so let's get down to know more about you.
Sure.
So we all know now today Deepak Thakur Jain is the boss man behind the Cyrafils Media Private Limited. So what was Deepak Thakur Jain prior to Cyrafils Media?
Prior to Cyrafils, no, even now I'm a common man. Prior to Cyrafils, again, I was a common man. So, a cold blooded entrepreneur who started to work at the age of 14. So, I was pushed to work, pushed in the sense, there were a lot of situations that I had to work from that early age. If I'm not wrong, it should be like 13 and like maybe like from the age of 14, I've been working. But being into entrepreneurship, it was like in 2010, I started my own venture. So till then, I was working in different companies, reading together, studies and everything. Prioritize, it's actually a journey from a cab driver to a CEO of a company. So it all started with different industries. So I wouldn't say that I haven't worked in. Like, I wouldn't say that I've worked in a lot of industries, but yes, a tough journey actually. So I
It
can
should
only
have
say
been
that like,
really tough.
sorry.
It should have been really tough. No,
Yeah,
when you
seriously.
said you started working from the age of 14, 13, 14,
Yeah,
you said.
exactly.
So it should have been really tough. And that's quite an
Exactly.
inspiration in itself.
Thank you so much. No, this is not me actually. It's not only me. There are a lot of people who are doing the same. So I wouldn't say that everyone is going through tough times. Even now they are going through tough times, and they think that okay, this is a tough time for me. But I wouldn't say I'm very successful now. There's a long way to go actually. So I'm still in the
You're
intermediate
being humble.
position, but so main thing is you'll have to like accept the fact that nothing is impossible in the world. Just that we shouldn't take any like negative turns in our life, because when you are in the especially like when you have a like a middle class or upper middle class family, it's always easy for you to like excel and grow, because you'll have a lot of support
Exactly.
from your family
Exactly.
and friends. But when you have no support, there will all be negative. There is always a possibility that negative energies will pull you, especially for boys and men.
Exactly.
When you get down the lane and you try to do something, so there's always like that, right? So positive things will not come. So I would say that like never get into negative things and never go to negative paths. And I've never been there. And no matter it's like this. I used to wash cars in 2005 and 2006. I used to wash cars where I was just paid like 10 rupees to wash a car. So I used to wash around 5 to 6 cars in a day. I mean, those cabs. And I used to earn like 40, 50 rupees in a day. So that is where it all started. But the same time, I had a possibility
Some
of getting
kind
into
of,
negative. Sorry.
that's some kind of determination that you had, to reach from where you started to, come all the way here. That's going to take a lot of determination for anybody to, reach this place and sit here and now, be talking here like that. So it's going to take
Yeah,
a lot of determination.
but still, Shireen, the thing is, we still have a long journey to go. So this is not actually the destination. There's a long way to go. So yeah, it happens, like you learn from that. So one by one, you take that. So and to all those who know me after Facebook is right. I was a wedding photographer before and an event manager. So that was like after I evolved commercially. So that was the thing. So that was like a long journey. So I think this life is not enough to explain all these things.
It's quite some inspiration. You told me that you started off, being a cab driver and you used to, wash cabs and all that. At that time, what are the things that used to, run through your mind? What exactly did you want to achieve at that time?
The first thing is
Where did you have some kind of a plan?
No plans actually, because I really wanted to study, and my family situations were so tough that like I was not able to study. So first is I wanted to earn something, make something out of it, and try to like get into some colleges. That was actually the thing. But I my what I can say, my ambition was to become an automobile engineer actually.
Okay.
So but I gave up that because I had scored very less marks actually, so I didn't get any seats in any colleges actually.
All successful people, do not reach, that kind of a level. They reach a different kind of a level where you are right now.
No, backbenchers make everything
That's
actually.
how.
Backbenchers everything.
So now that after, that journey, you had ventured into, the media field. Is that right? You had
Yes.
started off an event management company. So there were actually a lot of event management companies. There are still are. It's actually a booming market. There are still event management companies throughout, India. There were event management companies even when you had started. So what makes your event management company different from those they are that are actually?
Okay, let me tell you, this is not an event management company. What we run is not an event management company because we don't manage anybody else's event. I was doing event
Okay.
management before. So this is totally a media and research company. So we are totally into media and research.
Okay. So you conduct, these prestigious award shows. Like I've seen, you have conducted South India Women's Achievers Awards and the South India Business Awards, and many more such prestigious awards. So there are a lot of management firms which do that. So how do you think you differ from what is that you give? How is that you differ from the people who are already doing it or who are going to do it? How is that you differ so that you will have a
Okay,
long standing in the industry?
sure. So the first thing is when you try to inspire someone, first thing is you should get inspired. So that was first thing in my mind. And second thing is, I was an entrepreneur. I was running a business, so I know how tough is a business and how hard it is to sustain in any smaller town or a bigger town. So I really wanted to understand the business first. So any person who gives an award, yes, you get awarded for a lot of things. Small little organizations are also doing this. I appreciate that, but my motive was to like reach out to that person personally. So then what happened in 2015-16, I started a big travel actually. I just like filled up my car, and I just took my car and I went on a spree. I went on towns and like every little cities and districts in South India, be it Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Kerala. I used to travel everywhere. So and then I started to find my kind of people, like-minded people who were into photography. So and I was trying to address what was their problems, how is their business going on. what kind of marketing do they do and what kind of marketing do we do actually, because I'm basically from Mysore. So the market was totally different. So in Tamil Nadu they used to like spend more on advertisements. So you see, you go to any places in Tamil Nadu, you'll see a lot of things. Even a small bakery will have around 2000 CFL bulbs in their bakery. That means they're attracting the crowd most, but they don't know how to like give the quality. So they don't depend on food quality, but whereas they try to like put it on this. So I wanted to balance this, and I thought, learning from all the states, I thought, let me just start the South India Business Award. That was our first venture, where I traveled for about 8,000 kilometers in just 3 months, and I reached out to almost like 27 potential people, and I made story about them. So that was the first time, now a lot of people are doing it, but this is the first time ever, someone has traveled as a company to reach out to those common people. And my kind of approach was only to common people, because there are a lot of celebrities inside, and there are a lot of celebrities. There are more organizers to bring celebrity award shows, but I really wanted to do something for the common man like me. So that was the idea behind that. So that makes us standalone still now, because we are the only crew which right now, that was 8,000 for the first time, but right now I have traveled for 1,25,000 kilometers on road. So it's a 4 hours long journey. But now locked up in
So it's
COVID.
been
So
it's been a personal connect with the audience, with the people. So that's your USP, if I'm not wrong. It's always been a
exactly,
personal connect. So
exactly.
you always
So that,
maintain that. You always maintain that personal connect with people.
yeah, definitely, because that helps you to do something. That makes us understand someone. Over the call,
That makes
I
a
don't
whole
want to
lot
make.
of difference. Actually.
Exactly, because now we get a lot of telemarketing calls, we get a lot of calls, but I'm not putting them down. But still, like if you'll have to understand someone, you need to know them personally. But especially when you're awarding someone, it's not so easy to award someone just like that. You'll have to go and verify, because when I award someone, there is another audience. There are public who are going to like trust that brand, that this brand is awarded. So I want to make sure that my awards are genuinely verified. So that is the main reason, like we take so much of effort. So everything cannot be done in smart work, right? That's very important.
But that's how the award shows these days are gonna happening. They sit in one place, they don't even know that person. They just call up that
I don't
person
want,
and
I
fix
don't
up
want to talk
everything.
about it. I don't want to talk about others, but this is how we work. Very simple.
So that's your USP. That's been your long standing in the market.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. All right. So can you how do you plan on growing your business with the kind of approach that you are carrying right now? How do you plan on growing your business
The
from where
simple
it
thing
is
is,
right now?
okay, simple thing is, I believe in a white paper. So keep it clean. So a white paper is always clean. Keep it clean, and think about something. So if I was doing the South India Women Achievers Award last year, which actually gave us a very big break, because since Latha Rajnikant ma'am
Mm,
being the big support for that. So I
right.
thought, let me do something for women. So it's not that we had a plan of action or something. A lot of people say 400 women empowerment and the biggest women empowerment in India, but we never planned it. We never thought it's going to happen. Last week to the awards, when I came to know the count was 400, so I was not amused, because I was just thinking, okay, so we are empowering 400. So just think about the good things to go. Not, I don't think in being very commercial, because having too much of money, I know it always causes you a trouble. Having less of money, I've been like carrying myself very easily. So I don't think of being more commercial. So not thinking of a business. Definitely, I'm not thinking as a business, because I just want to move on. Business is there, you need funds to run the show. You need funds to like manage everything, to travel. But if your intentions are
Right.
good, and if you try to do something on your goodwill, I think that's more than enough for any business to grow. So anything that you do, the intention has to be right. That's all.
So the intention is what you carry for your business, to grow.
Seriously,
So
yeah.
that's what you're saying. All right. So how did you know that you have this right kind of idea when you started off this venture? How did you know that this is what you wanted to do? There'll be a lot of ideas that would have cross your mind. Being, we whenever we wanted to venture out into something, we have a lot of things in our mind that we want to do this, do that, and a lot of ideas. How did you know that this was the right idea and this is what you want to stick to? How did you decide that?
Okay, so I'm from the heritage city, Mysuru. So Mysore is actually a very nice city to be in. So there are very nice people out here and all. So I came out with my concept of photography in Mysore. Yes, there were good responses. I did very good photography, and I had captured a good name in this industry. But I saw that there were people like recognized people were coming down for bigger weddings. So I just tried to find out who are they. So they were from Kerala, they were from Maharashtra and all. So I just thought, why don't you give a chance to the local person? First thing is because here a guy has invested his whole heart and soul onto this industry, and I'm not getting recognized. So when I asked the question to that particular client, the client gave me an answer. Brother, you're a local photographer. So I want this guy is an awarded photographer. On what basis? So I just had to.
Recognition plays the role than the
Yeah.
talent.
Yeah, but again, that was one of the leading companies who portray themselves as very recognized. But my kind of common people were there, where we had a load of talent, but there was no recognition. But it should not, then I thought it should not be only for photographers, but for all small business and like the people who are growing. So I just thought, let me like make a forum for this. Let me give it a try for this. Let me do something on this ground. This is where it all started because my personal and even I have some friends who are doing a lot of business, others also. So I thought this is the right time for me to move because I used to go to Tamil Nadu. I used to go to because back in 2017, 16, no, I think 14, 13, I used to travel a lot. I used to travel a lot for my shoots. I made like bigger weddings in Pondicherry. I used to get bigger weddings in Chennai, but not in my city. So now this concept was only to uplift those people in their city because they are the people who have to be recognized. Obviously, they can call external vendors, but that's not the case. But right now, under COVID, will you call someone from Bangalore to shoot a wedding? No, definitely you will
Right.
not. You will not take a try. So because now the vocal for local is coming up, but this was my plan. Like back in like 3 years.
That's actually a very good plan. You just not know you growing. You have the fellow people who wanted to grow. You wanted to help them also. So that's actually a very good thought.
Exactly.
So did
Yeah.
you face any backlogs? Did you face any demotivation in the journey that you were trying to achieve this that you wanted to uplift your fellow people of your place? Did you face any backlogs or were you demotivated in the journey?
Not exactly. When it comes to Cyrafils, not at all. When it comes to others, yes, definitely I have gone through. That is the reason I came here. Because here, I'll tell you, ground zero, April 27, 2018 was our biggest show. That was South India Business Awards 2018, which was officially out. And I can really tell that a lot of people supported me, like anything. Mr. Feroz Khan right now is commenting there. Feroz Bhai has also been very inspiring. So these people are the people who gave me the stage here. No backlogs or anything because a good works or good deeds, when you do it, there are no backlogs. And especially the support from South India was really fantastic. And so with Cyrafix, I can never say there was any backlog or any this thing. Be it my home city or be it Chennai, all the people have been very supportive. Even the upcoming events are planned to be in Bangalore. Again, Bangalore is actually calling us like anything. It's like right now I'm getting a lot of love and support from all the people.
So you've been blessed actually because you've not faced any kind of negativity or being demotivated in the journey because
No,
usually
not
people
not in
face
this
those
industry,
things.
not in this industry because sometimes even if I feel negative, I go through the stories. if I interview Shireen and I listen to your story, I get inspired by that and I push myself and I make sure that, it's going on well. And more than anything, I have a very good family, like my wife is there and my child, they've been motivating me, like no matter whatever goes through my mind, they're always there to be, like supportively, happily, they help me, like come out of my, this thing. But yes, I too go through a depression, but I will not call it as a depression. It's part of your life. You cannot be positive all the time. You get to, like, have negative thoughts. You face, a lot of enmity. Maybe, like, people might call that, that there is a competition or an enmity, but I don't believe in competitions or enmity, because I'm a masterpiece. We believe that we are a masterpiece for ourselves. What we do, I don't think, like, even if someone is doing the same thing, I don't think, like, it's not, we cannot fit into their particular thing, because they are experts in their this thing, and we are, working on our own thing. Depressions, yes, I go through a lot of depressions, but I take it very lightly, because you guys, and because I've been meeting my journey of travel, I've met more than like 3,000 directors, and plus to add, I have another like 2,000, 3,000 more people. So every time I feel depressed or something, there is always people there to motivate me and, keep me updated. So I don't isolate myself much.
That's great. So, how has being an entrepreneur of family life, if it has?
Affected, yes, definitely, because 4 years of
Or
travel,
how do
I've
you
been done.
balance your entrepreneur life and your family life?
It's very tough. It's really very tough, because you start. There are a lot of sacrifices even my family has to do, because in a month, if I have
Right.
to travel for 20-25 days constantly, they'll have to be here. And sometimes, once my son was very ill, and he was diagnosed for dengue in Coimbatore, and he was admitted in ICU. But I was not able to travel there because I was in Hyderabad and I was not able to come down. A lot of things. But then, especially one thing is, here the family is also associated with the team. So my wife takes care of the company and she handles the entire team. So she's also very cooperative, and she's been, like, cooperating, and we have been together and we've started this. And it's always good that, they support us. And yeah, obviously, like, a lot of things, even I have lost some time for people, thanks to COVID, that, I'm at home right now. I'm trying to, like, give them the time, but still,
Blessing in
like,
disguise.
yes, but to bring out a concept like this, I had to travel, and having the family support was very crucial. I wouldn't say that, we have gone through a lot of troubles, no troubles actually, but yeah, it's about, sacrificing each other's needs. That's all.
So having a strong backup like that, that makes, a success like this, if I can say that. Your wife and your son has been a strong backup for you to,
Always.
go ahead and perform. So
Yeah,
they actually deserve a kudos.
obviously, definitely.
All right. So, have your priorities changed over time? So, you might have had some kind of priorities when you started off this venture. So, now that you are there in this field for years together, have your priorities changed from when you started and where you are right now, or are there are the same thing that you're carrying it?
I don't think there's any change in my priorities. Obviously not. There's no changes in any of my priorities. I would really want to know, like, just take myself as the same. I wouldn't think that, this is, as I said before, there is a long way to go. So we'll have to prioritize everything. So the prioritize was empowerment. So that is the reason, like, we've come up with, like, so far we were doing for South India, and right now we're coming up with a magazine for all India. So there's no priorities change when it comes to business as well as the family, because one thing is, you should have one plan, one good plan, and you should, like, keep going with that. Even though if you face any negatives, you try to, like, solve those negatives and go it, rather not change your priorities, because, that makes you a different person from what you are right now.
Probably, actually, we can have a talk on the depression and facing depression with you, that can be a separate talk, because you inspire, how to take on negativity, like you are the boss of it. So we'll have to do another show, I guess, based on
To
how to
convert your
tackle negativity.
No, I always say that, convert your negatives to positives. There's nothing called negative, like it's always there, if there is something good, then
It's
there
all
is
in the mind.
something bad. Yeah. So you listen to
Depends
all
on
spiritual,
how you take it.
yeah, you listen to all spiritual stories, you will see that, God is there and there is a demon as well. So the demon is there in your mind. And then obviously you have God inside you. So the God can, we all know that, God always wins. So we don't have to think too much about negativity.
Right. So what is one favorite thing that you would say about yourself? About yourself, not your business or anything else. About yourself, what is one favorite thing about yourself that you like about yourself?
Oh, this is actually, a very
Did I,
hypothetical question. I don't.
did I get you?
So, are there any choices like A, B, C, D, or something so that I can understand?
Just
No, one thing I
anything,
like
just
about
one.
myself. Okay, let me just tell you. Okay, there's coming something in my mind. One thing I like something about myself is I'm actually like I like my grasping power. That is what I like about myself. So if I have to learn something, I like that quick learning thing is what that's the only thing I like, and that is the only thing is keeping me alive. More than food and water, actually, my quick learning thing is keeping me alive. That's for sure.
So you learn things quickly, whatever it might be. If you need it, you
Yeah,
learn it.
yeah.
So that's what you like about
If it is in my area of interest, whatever it happens, I learn it. I'm
it. So
actually
that determination.
from an arts background. So I design my own website and I edit my own videos. I edit my own this thing. And even if I'll have to do some coding things and all, because technically, web designing is something that you will have to rely on someone or digital marketing
Right.
or something. This is not to cut down the cost of something. This is just because I wanted to learn something. So if I have to learn something, so these are only the
You
examples,
have
but it's not.
interest in that.
Yeah, so it's not technically only the computer terms, be it anything. So if I want to learn something, I'll try to, like I'm a quick learner. So learning thing, and that's not impossible for anyone. If you're passionate, if you really want to learn something, you can learn. Yeah, I
You can
never used
learn.
to speak good English actually. My English was pathetic, and people used to make fun of my English. And I wanted to learn because English was a very important language for me to sustain in the industry. So I learned it
Correct.
really fast. That's how it is. Learning is what I like. Learning in the sense it's not the textbook learning or any like educational way of learning. If you have to learn something, and you'll have to. And thanks to YouTube and Google, which has always taught me everything, whatever I wanted to learn.
You actually have rooted determination. That's what is taking you places. You were determined to, change your fate. You were determined to rewrite your, destiny. So that's what I guess has brought you from where you started to, where you are right now. So that's quite inspirational.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
So how do you recharge yourself? As in after all that work, after all that efforts that you take for each and every project that you do, for each and every project that you take up, how do you recharge yourself after that, so that you can do another new beginning?
Actually, my kind of recharge is a little funny, but I go for a drive. I travel.
But you
I,
travel even otherwise, right?
no, yeah, that is for business, and even to recharge myself, I travel. I take a
So
good
you
drive.
love traveling.
Obviously, I drive and I get recharged definitely. Or else, since I'm in Mysore, I can take a trip to Ooty or Bandipur, which is very close by. Just take a drive to there or to Coorg or somewhere. So that's the only way I can recharge myself, because I live in a very beautiful city. So maybe I can just go to the
Right.
Chamundi Hills and come back. Otherwise, I visit spiritual places and come down. So not any ethically or anything. I'm trying to meditate, but it's not happening because of a lot of things that goes on in my mind. But
Are you a very spiritual person, like?
not really. But I believe in the universe. I believe in God definitely. But I'm not that totally a spiritual person. but it's there, it's there in me.
So that's how we all are.
Exactly.
All right. So Mr. Deepak, if you can tell us something. So everybody here would have got, a biodata or a CV or a resume of their own, right? So if you can tell us something, some information that is not there in your biodata, then what would that be?
Which is not
Something
there
that
in
is
my
not
back.
mentioned there. Yeah, something that you've not mentioned there in your biodata. Biodata is supposed to be, that person's entire information, entire history needs to be there. So it's something that is not there on the biodata, something that you've never, mentioned there. So what would that be?
That's totally my
If at all,
family. No, that's totally my
your
family. You'll
family.
have to ask my cousins. They are in Bangalore actually. So it's
Okay.
like that is totally out of my biodata. So my family time with them, like I go there and I hang out, and we crazily roam around Bangalore. Even now, we go for a tandoori chai outside, and we go out on a spree and a lot of things. So like my time with them, those are the things, it's not in the biodata or not even in Facebook. So
Right.
I don't keep everything social, and try to like enjoy your private life as private as possible, and be with your friends and family, and be as possible. But right now, just getting a distance, there's a lot of distance between my friends and all that thing, because I'm not able to connect to any of them due to my like the recent change in my work. But that's the only thing. There's nothing else that there's that is not out of my biodata. Everything is like
Okay.
normal, cool. But there are some stories untold, definitely. But I don't want to like talk about that right now.
No issues, no issues. I just want to know if there's something that you've missed on your, CV, that some interesting fact that, we would have to know right now. So that is why I'd asked you that. Anyway, so if you could give yourself a piece of advice or, a knowledge when you started off your venture, what would that be?
Can you come again with the question? I didn't probably get it.
If you would want to give yourself a piece of advice when you had started out your venture, so what would that be? If you wanted to
Hmm.
give yourself a piece of advice.
A piece of advice to me is that don't be very aggressive, because sometimes I'm very aggressive when I take a plan or something. So I'll have to be very calm and cool. Learning a lot now, because after meeting a lot of people, I've changed myself, changed my way of thing. That if that was the case, I would have definitely told myself to be a little aggressive and patient.
But being aggressive, isn't that a need of the hour, especially when you're an entrepreneur
Not
or when you
sometimes.
are a,
Not
so
sometimes.
you need to
Entrepreneurship
have
takes a lot of patience. It needs a lot of patience.
a lot of patience, yes.
Yeah.
And I also believe that you'll have to have the aggressive side also. It's not that completely you need to be composed or patient. You need to have
No,
that aggressive
I
side
have
also.
reviewed that methodology where initially I used to be aggressive in the start, and then I used to be patient at the end. Now the thing is, I'm patient at the start, and I'm aggressive when it comes to the execution of my event, or of the publications or whatever. So I've changed the method. So starting, you just have to be cool, and then like finally you can be aggressive, because I'm a hardcore fan of MS Dhoni, and you know how he hit us the last ball sixes, and
Right,
it's always there.
right.
So that's the thing.
The
So keep
helicopter
yourself
shot.
cool and calm. Yeah, that's what it is.
All right. So we have heard that you're going to launch, a magazine called the Cyrafils Media Magazine. So we're all excited about it. So tell us something about the magazine. We would like to know as to what it is and what are the content, what is it going to carry, and how is it going to be published, where it is going to be circulated. Just tell us something about your magazine.
Okay, so this magazine is our like long time dream that we really wanted to do a monthly magazine, and thanks to COVID, that it gave us a lot of time to think over it and do it. So this is going to be a unique magazine which will cover up all the things. So it's not about commercial subjects again, and so it's going to cover up news, articles, and whatever like every little thing in India what happens. So, and especially the first thing is what we are focusing is to spread positives in this magazine. So, no negative news, because don't want to get into a controversy of talking about any media here, but still, a lot of medias are, like pushing out a lot of negative news and imbibing negative
I'd
energy.
like to interrupt. When you say you don't want to have any negatives in your magazine, but that you cannot decide, right? A news is a news at the end of the day. It can
Yeah.
carry a positive message or it can carry a negative message with itself. So how do you decide, which one to?
So we want to, like make a negative news to a positive news. We want to, like make a change like that. So if we are going to talk about Sushant Singh's suicide, so it's not better to, like put as this thing. So try to, like put that into a positive way and try to, like inspire people, because the news should, change people and, bring people onto
Change.
this thing. Because when you go back, because we always complain about our older generation that they don't know anything, but when you come to the older journalism, the 90s and 80s, the journalism was very clean and clear, where people used to like obviously write negatives in a like in the mid range of the newspapers, but right now it's become a fancy that everything is supposed to be in a headlines.
Portrayed in a
So
negative. It's
yeah,
all direct.
so yeah, so you get up, you wake up in the morning and you're watching a newspaper, right? You wake up and watch a newspaper. So for the first thing you watch is going to be a disaster story. How good is that? Yeah. So it's trying to
Exactly.
yeah, it's trying to spoil your day. So I don't want to do something like that. Rather try to make it positive. Rather try your negatives and convert it to positive. Give it give it as a good news. So that takes like more time to journalism, or else I would have definitely made this as a weekly magazine. But definitely it takes time to like play around with your words and try to understand people, try to make people understand that this is how it is and it should not be there. If someone reads it, they should feel that okay, this is always happening, is what like everyone say, oh yeah, this is happening every day. A train gets derailed and it happens every day and they complain about a person. But what if like we bring the story in a different way and try to tell them that this was the thing and this can happen and this can be prevented like in this way. So that gives more knowledge to that. And in my childhood, I used to read a lot of magazines like Wisdom and Reader's Digest. So Wisdom is a nice magazine which gives a lot of information. You don't get those information anywhere. We are
Right.
also coming up
Right.
with such a kind of a concept that like kind of a thing that which is going to be totally unique, and our own journalists will be making contents onto that. And obviously, you were even awarded in Saiva, and you people from Saiva are also going to be a part of this very soon. And that's how it is. We are
My
trying to
pleasure.
make everything like into a different way of journalism. Maybe we are just giving a try. I wouldn't say that it's very innovative or something, but something that could like keep people inspired.
So this magazine is not particular to one genre or or men or women or children or one particular genre. It's going to cover everything. So there's going to be
Yeah,
something for everybody in the magazine, right?
definitely.
So anybody
Yes.
who would pick up this magazine, they will have something that is that interests them in the
Definitely.
magazine. So
A mother
that's a
is going to
good
pick
thing.
up the
So
magazine. The mother is going to read some recipes. She's going to be very happy, and
right,
the kid is going to take it, and the child is going to play with it. And there are a lot of puzzles in and around it. And there's an uncle who's going to find
right,
out his astrology and all, and he's also satisfied there. And there's a brother who's going to like sit and watches the like sports stories. Everything is there for him. And there is an entrepreneur
right.
again, who want to get inspired. There are always a lot of like inspiring articles. So we're trying to make that 360-degree into it. So we're
All
trying to
right.
give that, like 100% feel of, like if you, like opt for a magazine should be there. And especially, like coming up with a print is going to be a little delayed due to COVID. We are not supposed to print it. So, but e-magazine and digital magazine. So there are a few people who want to read. So there are a few people who want to watch. So I'm again a
Right.
person who likes to watch more than read. Video. So the news will be interactive as well in a YouTube video or something. So we are trying to embed everything together. So to bring everything together, and thanks to technology of 2020,
So when is the magazine launching? Have you
it's
decided on
launching
the date as well?
in another 2 days. We're going to announce the launch. That's on July 1st, and the first magazine is going to come up on August 15th.
Wow, that's great. Congratulations on the same.
Thank you, Shireen.
All right. So now that we have talked about your magazine and your business house as to how you had come up and everything, what does an ideal life look like to you?
No, ideal life is always, I'm a common man and I have to live my common life. There's nothing else, like I just have to,
No, you
like
must have no, anybody will have an idea as to this is how I would want to finally settle down after all my struggles, after all my things that I go through. This is how I would want to be. This kind of house, this kind of life, this kind of peacefulness, something like that. So, what is that kind of a life that you have always wanted to have?
Okay. So, Shirin, let's go back to the first question that you said. What was I before? So,
Yes.
I used to think that like I never was entitled to get like be in a house, or I even like thought that I'm gonna live the whole life like this, being a cab driver or a photographer or something. So for me, God
Right.
has given me all these things. So God, in the sense, I would always say that all my winners, all my sponsors, all my well-wishers have given me the stage. So now I'm not in a place to decide my destiny, because this position was not at all decided by me. This was not at all, I never dreamt of this position. This itself is a very big
Of
honor for
course,
me.
it's your determination that has taken you here, right? So you'll have to give some credit to you also.
No, that's
Without your
fine.
determination, you wouldn't reach this place. It has not
No, things are
happened,
fine.
overnight or on magic or something like that.
Yeah, but
You
then
have
things are
put in
fine.
your effort.
Yeah, and I don't have any plans of like my own agenda or something. Like let it go anywhere, let it take anywhere, because I'm a person who really want to like I don't want to like make a lot of profit and make something, because we are just like a compact family, so that's more than enough. So would want to like if I'm going to earn something from the magazine, I want to invest it back on the magazine and try to do it. So that's how it takes you everywhere. The more the humble you are, it takes you everywhere. The once like once in a while, if I become greedy, I don't think I'll be back to this position. And it's not kind of dramatic dialogue, because this is like 15 to 16 years of my journey. I've learned this, that like if I'm greedy, because I've been greedy of the thought of buying something or making
That's
something for
normal
my own.
human tendency. So there's nothing to
Yeah.
be.
So, but every time when I was greedy, I never used to, like achieve my goal. So I just have to keep that greed out and try to work on my, focus on my work and do it. Rather not think about the commercial aspect of it. Try to work on that particular this thing. So that will settle me down. So destiny is, it's not my job. It's the destiny's job. Wherever it settles me down, I'll be happily there. If I'm good, I'm going to settle down good.
I'm not asking about your destiny if you have decided. Just like that, you will have some kind of an idea as to how your ideal life should be. It could be anything. It could be something big or something small. Whatever makes you happy is
Yeah,
what the
there is.
ideal life.
I'm really sorry. I don't believe in that ideal life or something, because see, today there is a very big problem with COVID. So what would have been my, if I planned for my ideal life for this month or this year? No, it doesn't happen. Nature, it's nature's work. I don't believe in any ideal things, or I don't have any plans to set up my ideal life. Let it go the way it goes. Like the more we grow, the more things happen. Let it all happen at its own. Like let's surrender it to the universe. I don't have nothing to say on this. Yeah.
It actually suits you because you're a traveler, so you just want to keep traveling as to wherever
Yeah,
the journey
seriously.
takes
If I
you,
if
right?
I big
That's
if
actually
a
a
big
very good thought. Wherever the journey takes you, you just want to move on.
even if I big a very big
That's
apartment in Mysore, Shireen, I'll not be happy, because I don't want to be at that same place all the time. I have to be like I like to be traveling here and there. So
that's
obviously,
what I wanted to know.
so there's no
That's
plan of
what I
action
wanted
or
to know. Right. So, how do you think a startup should, you have had your journey as a startup and then you have established yourself, in this field. So, how do you think a startup should market themselves so that they can sustain?
Okay, so marketing is something that is very much needed in this industry, in any industry. But I would always say that like go with ethical marketing, and try to market your things in an ethical way, and by not like using anything. So, for example, if I am a person who is going to sell this AC, so I'll have to clearly tell that what is there in this AC. So I don't have to manipulate anything in my AC. This is my brand, or if I'm selling my own brand. So I'll have to be very clear about what is there. So no matter it doesn't have any options, I should not be copying someone's ideas here, and I should not be, like manipulating anything with my own. This is my product, and try to, be, like very, very straightforward about your product, and be humble about your product, because a lot of startups are getting into trouble because I have heard about one of my friend's story that, they are, running a small brand. Okay, so to market their brand, what they're doing is they're downloading images from Google and other Facebook thing, and they're trying to, like manipulate that into their own this thing. So when this happens, that you're not being your standalone person. So if you'll have to market your product, get your product yourself, and no matter you don't have anything. So see, if you have so much of features in a branded product and you don't have any features here, no problem. You at least have something to show here. So start with your idea, because that is where, you build yourself.
Have your
So
unique identity.
Yes. So no matter, even a competitor has like 15 points and you just have that 1 point, but if that 1 point is a very good point, there is a customer who really wants to buy that because of that point. So keep your ideas straightforward and try to, like put your brand in a proper way. That is how every startup will sustain. And don't get into too many advices. Don't try to get a lot of advices. Even don't listen to my advices, because you function very well. You are very creative, and you should be creative with your own way. So I can advise something to you, but it depends on your, workplace, your production capacity, and your own this thing. Get
Your
inspired with a
capability.
lot of ideas, but do your own self. Think about it, and do it. Give it some time, and it will happen. And nothing. There's no magic in entrepreneurship. You just have to take your own time and do it, but never fail is what I tell. So no matter whatever happens, even if you're running good in
Keep
sales.
trying and putting your efforts.
Yeah, even if you're very successful, never be proud of yourself. And even if you're very, like going unsuccessfully, never give up, because entrepreneurship is that, till you get that straight line, you'll have to, like keep trying. Because I came from, a smaller town, like a small a small township outside Mysore. That is where I started my photography, and then I came to Mysore for the primary city. And that's just the thing, you keep moving slowly, and that is how it is. And today, to make a very big show in Chennai, this is what it is. And but Chennai is not my destiny. If I be proud about my Chennai event, I will not do anything in
Never
Mumbai
grow.
thereafter. Yeah, so that's how it is. You just have to give it. So due to COVID, I'm not able to do the event this year. Even if it doesn't happen, also I'll have to be very confident. I'll have to work on my thing. Exercising the ideas is always good. So any startup, this is the thing. Though there is no some problems is, they'll not get an investment to invest for their business. They'll have problems with investment. Some people say digital marketing, you'll have to put a lot of money. Nothing like that. Organically, you can bring out. So if your product is reaching to 10 people, that's more than enough, that those 10 satisfied customers will always refer you to, like another 10 people. So that becomes your 100 sale. So rather than, like doing something, so don't be artificial and keep it natural is what I will advise all startups.
It's a very good advice to all startups. So anybody who's watching with us right now and who's a startup or who wants to, start up their journey as an entrepreneur, this advice will definitely they will carry for a long time, I guess. So giving the taking into account all your highs and lows, being an entrepreneur or your business journey, would you dare to start all this thing again from scratch if you have to?
Yeah, I would definitely. I would love to.
Taking into account all the highs and lows that you've faced, you are
Definitely.
ready to start up again from scratch.
Always. That makes you more
That's
perfect. That makes you more perfect. That I'll learn more. If I'll have to start it from the scratch, I'll learn more. I'm always ready to do that.
so what has been your favorite stage of setting up this business? There are various stages, when you set up a business or when you run a business. What has been your most favorite stage?
The most favorite stage has come up in the very recent times. That was the Chennai December 22nd was like that was the very precious moment for me, because I never thought we were going to do such a big show or such a big thing in Chennai, and especially without any sponsors, with zero sponsors, because my idea was not to bring any sponsors there, but to do something on an individual level, having a lot of support from all these women, and and things happening perfectly and getting so much of appreciation from all the press and media. That was one of the biggest moment as of now for me.
So that has been your favorite stage.
Definitely, yeah. But I was very nervous that day. I didn't even like utter my words properly at the word of thanks. Maybe this is the time I'm opening up about it. Thanks for asking this.
No, I wanted to know that as to, because every businessman, he'll be just rushing through, through his journey. He wouldn't even give time to think as to what has been his favorite phase or what has been his favorite stage in the journey so far. So I just wanted to know what was yours.
Thank you,
So
thank
I'm
you very
happy
much.
that Siva was your favorite, has been your favorite phase so far.
Exactly,
Because I
exactly.
was also a part of it, so I also feel proud about
Correct, correct, correct. Yeah.
that. So, why do you think your clients or your customers will do no repeat business with you? What is that will bring them to you again and again and again? Why is that you think that they will come to you again?
Okay, so it's very common thing. So this is I can say it's a layman's formula. There's nothing special about it. When you go to buy something, you'll have to buy the product properly, and you'll have to see that the products are really good. So that's how it is, like if someone is coming to us, and we work more on the end person. So end person, be it the business, be it the women, be it the children, or be it any of the things that we do, even for the subscribers of our new magazine. So we think about the end person. So we just have to see what deliverables we can give it to them, what is the end user going to use from it. So that is very important. I think we are good enough in like satisfying the end customer or end client by like giving more deliverables, and that is the reason all our pages have been like rated 5 out of 5 so far. Because if there is an issue or if there is anything, I address to them, I talk to them, and if possible, if there is a serious issue, I try to go travel and meet them, no matter how far they are. I take a flight and like try to meet them. So the business is just going to be of 2,000 or 3,000 bucks maybe, but I try to like spend more on my clients and try to like learn. This is what I learned from all these entrepreneurs. It's not a thing that I have in person. This is what I learned from a lot of people. So one should always think about giving the proper deliverables for what we charge. So I've been always doing that, and that is the reason it is keeping us successful, and that is the reason people are returning to us. So no matter like any number of shows we do, like we've always got that support always.
So
Is
as
a
you've
favorite.
told your USP, so as you've told your USP has been the the customer connect, the client connect. That connection has to be there,
Exactly.
whatever might be it a customer or a client or whoever it is. That connect has to be there.
So we
So
don't
that
call
will
anyone
only
as a
take
customer in our industry. We don't call anyone as a customer. We call them as a
right.
sponsor. So all the sponsors, that's
Right.
what we could say. All the sponsors have always been like like they. We just have to give them the deliverables. If we satisfy them with the deliverables, it's more than enough. If they're asking for 10 deliverables, I'll prepare 20 deliverables. That makes you a good,
So you give them options.
yeah, definitely. No, that makes them happy. That's the only thing, like it makes us, to carry on.
Anybody would like to choose from a lot of options than giving
Exactly.
them one particular thing and asking them to take it. If you give them
Exactly.
10 different options, they'll feel happy about it and feel privileged that they have the option of choosing. So that
Exactly.
makes a difference. Definitely. So that's a good thing. All right. So when did you consider yourself as a success as far as Cyrafil's media is concerned? Not as a
Not,
person,
not yet. Not yet.
as an entrepreneur,
Not yet.
as the face of Cyrafil's media.
Not yet, Shirin. There's a long way to go. Definitely not yet.
So Cyrafil's media is still not a success. Is that what
No,
you're trying to say?
the name Cyrafils means success. That's already there. The day I named the company, in Greek, the word means success. That's a different thing. But we'll have to be successful only when we think at least, about like how our nation is going on right now. And the whole nation, we've done shows only for South India. So we'll have to go connect to all India, and we'll have to like empower those, like lakhs and lakhs of, entrepreneurs. And that is the day, when they are successful, obviously we are successful.
There are
So
so
we just
many actually waiting to be recognized who are talented, but there's nobody to recognize them.
Yeah, we just
So
have handpicked a few people, so there is a long way to go. Only when they see success and when they are empowered, that is the day we feel that I'll be successful. And keeping into consideration about the generation, I don't think my generation would be able to satisfy and reach out to all those entrepreneurs in all over India. But we'll try our level best to make the shows as much as possible and try to do it. But the day when all the entrepreneurs or the day when all these women who are struggling and they get recognized, that is the day I think our company will feel successful.
So is it pertaining only to women entrepreneurs, or any entrepreneur, would be able to get in touch with you for, a recognition or a reward, or to, get their talent recognized? Does this only pertain to women or to men also?
This is a very nice question because of late people are asking me what you're doing only for women achievers, women awards and all, women empowerment. Okay, first thing is we'll have to understand the value of women because without them we were never here. Without their support, especially in this COVID, like the last 3 months, we know like how important women's role is there in our lives. So to bring them, so this is not about women entrepreneurs because you've been to the last show and like how we bring people. So this is about even a housewife who's there, like a mother who's only been doing motherhood for a long years. Even that's a sacrifice, and we have empowered such kind of people. So the thing is, it's not a gender biased project or anything. So it's like we have two wings where like men and women are always there as an important part. So just that in South India there was a need for someone to start this, and thankfully I had to do this because that was very important that we did it. But we don't
We
have
didn't have
anything like
any women recognition awards here down in South
yeah,
India
that is the reason
before you
I had to
started out.
take up that. So otherwise, we don't have any gender bias or anything. So anyone can always approach us, and we can talk to them and try to uplift them.
That's a good thing. So this I always wanted to ask you. It's a very interesting question. I hope you would answer it. What do you do to gain self-awareness when everyone out there is just there to flatter you?
I just need a simplified question. Sorry, I didn't understand that.
All right, you are in a position where you can dictate terms to people. Okay, you are the boss man of Cyrafil's Media. Okay, so when somebody is there in such a powerful position, you will always have people around you who will try to flatter you. To flatter you in the sense. They will try to do nice talk to you, or good talk to you to get into your good books and things like that. So how do you tackle all that, and how do you distinguish as to who's being genuine or who's just being how just trying to flatter you to get things out of you?
Very simple, just take your car, call them for a coffee, sit down with them, make friends. Because if they're envying you, just try to make them as your friends and try to tell them, like what is my cup of coffee, and try to teach them what is their cup of coffee, and try to explain them and try to learn from them that like this is what you are trying to do and this is what I'm trying to do. Let's do it together and collaborate. Ask them to like be a part of our this thing, so that they should also understand how tough it is to get into this thing. Because one good friend of mine, Priyadarshini ma'am, is watching this video. So Priyadarshini is actually one of my wedding client. I was a photographer for her wedding. So yes, definitely it was a tough time at that time. Like me being an entrepreneur, I was not able to like deliver things on time, and I had made a lot of mistakes again in my this thing. So, but that is where you needed an inspiration. You need a support. If someone it was all others were just envying me. If someone had to come and give me and support, it would have been really good. And right now will never envy any other person or something. I rather want to sit with them and try to talk to them and put things on board, and they will understand our cup of coffee, and they will understand their cup of coffee is Dalgona coffee and our cup of coffee is Narasu's coffee. So they will it's going to be like something they'll say they'll try to help you. So rather not envy someone. I don't believe in
No, it
enmities.
is not exactly envy that I'm talking about right here, it's not exactly envying, it is flattering. Flattering, saying good things about you, just taking you, somewhere up, just appreciating you for, nothing, things like that. So how do you handle all those things?
No, I again,
False
I flatter them like
appreciation.
anything. Yeah, I again flatter them like anything. I even bring them to my awards and recognize them, make it big like anything. Later on, they'll realize that, okay, like he is genuinely doing it. Why was I faking? So they'll understand themselves. So I don't actually, the thing is, I smile at everyone and I try to, like move on. So it's not like, like I don't want to. But in case what you're telling is right, if technically, if there is something that, like I couldn't handle or something, I try to, like talk out and sort out things with them in person. So it's there's no better way that like I can even tell them that this is what it is and all, and maybe you're trying to pull my legs or something, but don't worry, my legs is all yours. You can pull me anytime, but understand what am I undergoing so that you can pull it properly.
So we have actually spoken about a lot of things today, about your journey, how you started off, and what Cyrafil's Media is, your magazine, and how it has been throughout your business journey. So, how fulfilling it is today, right now? How fulfilling has the journey been for you?
No, it's really been very fulfilling because one thing is I was as I told you, my first question that I answered you, I was such a kind of a person who was very not at all a social person. I was very inferior. I never like I used to get scared to even wear a cooling glass. So just to like wear a sunglass, I used to be very scared because what if people see me? What if like they try to oh my God, that was the thing. So now main thing is like this is actually an ocean now. A lot of people in connects. I'm really very fulfilled already. And like I was fulfilled almost in 2018 itself. This is more fulfilling.
Right, so you have been enjoying the journey thoroughly without any
Definitely,
regrets.
definitely.
There are no regrets at all.
No, there is no regrets. If there is any regrets, it should be with my mistake, my own mistakes. So I don't have to think about the regrets. Think about the rewards. Think about more because that's what I'm telling you. It's a long journey that we are going through. So this is a question that I'll have to answer in my 70s or 80s. I'm just in my 30s. I'm not a big person to talk about it because I'm still young and I'm trying to do something. So maybe like these questions, like
No,
maybe you
that's
will be
why
again
I
your
mentioned clearly the journey so far.
so far.
So
No, yeah.
until today, so no
There's still
regret
a
is a
long
very
way.
good thing actually. So is there anything that you would like to convey to the audience of Ink That Matters and Cyrafil's Media who's currently watching right now with us?
Oh, really? I really want to tell something that I was very nervous to be on live because this is my first live ever, and feeling so confident to see so much of loves and likes, like going around. Because I never used to know how this interface works. This is something really good, and special thanks to Ink That Matters because I know this is a show that you guys have planned to do on a regular basis, and
No.
so honored to be the first person to be on this particular your journey. So I really sincerely
We
appreciate
are
your,
actually grateful that you had accepted our invitation to come on our show.
how
So
would
we
I
should
not
be that.
when, yeah, because, like that is one thing. And especially you personally, Shirin, you've been doing a lot of, like, um, I've been in touch with you for a long time and still, like I've just seen that, as an entrepreneur, you go 360 degree, you think about everything. Such a good content writer, you've been doing a lot of things and you've got into product reviews. More than that, Allure Search, your brand, again, you're doing, a lot of organic soap makings and all of things. So
Thank you
especially,
so much.
for me to be called upon by you was really an honor. And for Cyrofil's Media's viewers, always, like they've always been supportive with us, and a lot of people are also, like online watching. People who came in between also, they like just left out a lot of comments. I couldn't reply anything to them because this was the first time, and I'm a little nervous about answering the questions. So I really feel so
Maybe
thankful.
being friends with people like you who work, on Think 360 degrees, maybe that has brought out the best in me, I guess.
Anyways, I feel so happy to have been actually been on live today. That's one of the greatest thing I can say.
All right. So any final words before we wind up the show for the day?
Thank you so much.
That's been very humble and that's very modest of you. So that's Mr. Deepak Tata Jain for you, who has been humble and who's been very modest throughout the conversation. If, people who are watching would have noticed. So he's got no air about that he being the boss man of Cyrapus Media and he being the the place where he can dictate terms to a lot of people who work under him. So that is how a face of success will look like. So that is how an entrepreneur has to be. So that is how you will, that is what will take you places. The humbleness and modesty that you will show in your real life, not just on social media, but on real life. I know Mr. Deepak Tata Jain personally too. So that is why I'm being confident in, telling this. So
Thank you,
the humbleness and modesty and the kind of connect that he carries, the kind of, the friendship that he would, uh, uh, keep it. So that will actually take you places. So that is how you would have to be. And I personally want to thank all the viewers who are there with us right now, watching us and who are wishing us, well. So this has been the first episode of Roads and Travel by In That Matters. So we would be coming up with more such episodes with more inspirational stories and journey of different people. So please keep a watch on the Roads and Travel show the next weekend. So thank you again, Mr. Deepak, for having given us this time and for having shared your journey with us without any, kind of a glitch. So thank you so much. Thanks again.
Thank you, Shireen, and all the best for the show.
Thank you so much, Deepak. Thank you.